Hi, this is Wendell with Our Green God. So we do have somewhat of an update. The winter's ending and we're kind of moving into the spring. This is the peach tree that we planted 8-9 months ago. I really don't have much of an update because it's not yet fruit-bearing season. I'm hoping to actually get some fruit on this tree after planting it by the LNG white method. So it survived a winter. It was actually very, very cold here. We had sub-zero temperatures for 3 straight days over the winter. This was actually in a dormant state. It didn't have any leaves on it. It does look like the peach tree did very well over the winter time. It did grow a little bit. It got a little bit rooted into the soil to establish itself after one full season. I have a very, very good feeling about this peach tree. I think over the years it's going to produce a lot of fruit, and I'm actually thinking of planting a fruit tree just like this, a peach actually, at my son's house, which is less than a mile from here, and then his peach tree and my peach tree would be able to pollinate with each other. There are a lot of peach trees in this neighborhood. This here is where I did have an avocado. It didn't do too well. It didn't look so good. I did go to a few gardening stores over the summer last year, and I looked at other people's avocado trees that they had in pots, and they also looked kind of like in the same sad, sorry state, so I didn't think much of it. But we did get some freezing, and the avocado tree completely died. So I pulled it up, and because we planted this with the LNG white method, all of this area is all ready to go. So I just dug a shallow hole, and I got this tree and planted it in that shallow hole, and I just been watering it every couple days in the morning. So we're gonna give this new tree a good chance here. This is an angel red pomegranate tree. I got it from a nursery in Georgia, and it was shipped here in a dormant state without any leaves. So I think it'll grow here very, very nice. The tree is originally from Iran, and it does blossom in the spring, and it bears fruit, really abundant, beautiful pomegranates in the fall. I got good hope for this tree. It shows a lot of promise, and once it's in a great spot here with a lot of sun, and man, I tell you, when this has pomegranates, it's going to be wonderful. Pomegranates are very expensive. Here where I live in Texas, usually during pomegranate season, pomegranates could be up to $5 a piece. They're very good to juice, and they're also, as juice, good to mix with orange and with lime. Okay, now this was the original lemon tree that I did plant over here in the corner of my yard on the north side with the LNG white method. It did very well last summer. It grew, and probably maybe 4-5 times the size of what it started out as a little tiny, and it grew up to like over higher than actually the fence. But with the very cold winter we had, it really suffered, and you can see a lot of dead tissue. I've really had to just snip this back and cut off quite a bit of the dead tissue. I've trimmed it back twice now. Keep snipping and trimming it back, and give it a few weeks and see how it does and how it responds to my trimming, and might have to snip and trim a little bit more until I trim it all the way back to where I get all the dead tissue off this tree, and then give it probably a season or a year to revive itself. I would not really expect this tree to produce any lemons or any fruit probably this year, which is kind of sad because I was just last week in Arizona, and I picked a lot of like lemons and oranges. We had some Arizona sweets and some Valencia oranges, and got like a lot of really super great produce and citrus fruits there in Arizona, and I was kind of hoping to have the same thing in my own backyard here. This originally we planted as an LNG white method tree. It was a lime tree. The leaves kind of fell off of it, and it never really did take root or flourish, so I pulled it out actually last summer, and I went and got a ruby red grapefruit tree, which should grow quite well in this zone. This actually did survive a very cold winter, this grapefruit tree. I did have to snip and just kind of prune off some of the dead tissue of this tree, but the core, the stump of this tree is actually very solid, very vibrant and healthy and alive. So this will do well. It just needs a little bit of time to recover. A couple seasons and this will do well. I wouldn't expect it to probably bear any fruit this summer, but this will this will do fine in the long run. Please keep posted and updated on this channel, because when I get back in a few weeks from a big trip in Asia, I'm going to do some videos on this channel about pruning, about flower beds, about rain barrels, and building a beautiful compost bin, an outdoor backyard compost bin.